too strong. Well, there's your intro. Welcome back, YouTube. Push day, a lot of chest, shoulders, triceps, just kind of warming up here. So weights are still pretty light, just trying to get the chest opened up, stretched up, get everything feeling good, get a lot of blood flow into the upper body, because we are still a little sore from using the new fit on it on Saturday. So we'll hit 3 working sets here, hit some dumbbell incline presses, some arsenal presses, get some prime work in. And yeah, pretty straightforward, same old as always, just growing the chest, growing the shoulders, growing the arms, and just putting in work. Yeah, so using the half foam roller setup like we normally do, just to reinforce more of a stretch in the chest, kind of keep the shoulders, scapula, everything kind of in a consistent position, and just allow us to really open up the chest around that foam roller, get some extra length, and then just have to really force stability all the way through into that shortened position. It's a very noticeable difference. Moving on now to some dumbbell incline presses. Probably hit 1 set with this weight just to kind of get a feel for it, see what we're feeling like after all those flies. And then probably maybe go a little bit heavier for the last couple sets, but it should be kind of in just that 90 to 100 range. Usually whenever I position this movement, you know, second or third in the workout. Whew. Okay, short and sweet there, 3 sets. We'll go to the Arsenal machine press now and keep the incline going. Okay, so hitting some Arsenal incline presses here. What we're gonna do, we'll do 3 sets. The last set will be a back down set. So we'll do a kind of what we call like a squeeze pause. Got this from the hypertrophy coach, Joe Bennett. So what we'll end up doing is on the last set, we're gonna hit 10 reps and then we'll hold for 10 seconds, go to failure, hold for 10 seconds and go to failure. But first 2 sets, just no nonsense, just try to get as many reps as we can, maybe leave like 1 in the tank. Yeah, so 13 weeks and some change. I think it's like 13 weeks, 4 days, and like 9 hours, but who's counting? Yeah, strength's kind of coming down as we progress through the workouts. Like my first movement of the day, no issue with strength, but just maintaining that strength endurance over the course of the workout has definitely been a little bit more difficult. So that's the good thing about bodybuilding, is the weight doesn't matter, just the stimulus. So trying to make everything still like a 8 or a 9 out of 10, whether it's 10 pounds, 100 pounds, 1,000 pounds, doesn't really matter. Okay, so a squeeze pause set here. We're gonna do 10 reps and then just hold the bottom position for 10 seconds, not unloading the weight, just loading into the stretch position. And then we'll go burn out to failure, pause again for 10 seconds and go again. So the reps will drop off quite a bit, even though we're just using half the weight we were using before. Just preparing you for a letdown. Seven, 8, 9, 10. That was not as good as I expected. That was like 4 reps and then like 2.5. Like I always say, focusing on pure just kind of more force here, so not a whole lot of stability like you would have with dumbbells. Really just following the track of the machine and making sure we're just really getting the right level of stretch and tension on the muscle, not rotating the shoulders in, pushing through the traps or the front delts too much, kind of opening up the chest and pinching those shoulder blades as much as we can, which is again why we add the foam roller, so we can get a little extra range of motion. But with this though, we're hitting all the sets in kind of that 12 to 15 rep range, so might have to play with the weights a little bit, this level of fatigue that we're already kind of under. That was pretty good. Stimulus, again, has been feeling really good. So even though we're dropping the weights down, we're not really losing out on that mind to muscle connection. We're definitely taking the pec through as much range of motion as it can. It's really just the energy imbalance when we're cutting now. So, you know, sitting around like 206, starting to cut at 224. And that was, you know, about 2 months ago. So losing a pretty significant amount of weight in 2 months, but it's all just kind of part of the cut. So things will kind of slow down a little bit cut-wise here as we're just kind of getting more and more to the picture of what we're looking for as the end result. Feeling good, feeling good. One more set.
Yeah. So what's your
Moving on to seated push downs here, or kind of like a machine dip. Really just love this as kind of a transition from chest to shoulders. So kind of a good split of chest activation, front delt activation, tricep activation. So kind of, again, is like a good segue into some of the shoulder exercises while finishing off the chest. The shoulders in a way kind of just spot the chest to get a little bit more stimulus without being primarily just a chest exercise. So we'll hit 2 more sets here and then we'll move on from chest onto shoulders. Acceptable on leg days, but if you're ripping ass on a chest day,
something's up. They're gonna check it out.
too strong. Well, there's your intro. Whew. Yeah, shoulders are feeling pretty good here. Yeah, just doing it on the floor, mainly just because we don't want to bring a bench over, but it also kind of allows me to make sure that I'm perfectly centered and not having to mess with, you know, the bench being slightly angled or feeling like you're pulling a little bit more to one side versus the other. Oh, we're just gonna keep pumping. Tricep time. Some songs are just louder than others. Yeah, so hitting some triceps here, just starting off with some cross extension work, just to get kind of the bulk of the tricep covered. We'll hit some overhead extensions after that, and then we'll probably just do a couple sets, just burn out close grip push-ups to failure. Yeah, the important thing with the overhead extension is really just making sure that your elbow is staying kind of in the same place. So you want to get your elbow up pretty high, and then of course just keep that locked in and work in that little bit of a stretch position for that long head to kind of just go through a little bit more range of motion, take a little bit more of the preferential bias when it comes to the load, and that way your lower heads of your tricep aren't doing most of the work. You're still going to feel them, especially if you already did other tricep movements before this, but definitely want to try and isolate them in that more overhead position. We'll get one more set here, and then we'll knock out some push-ups. I haven't done push-ups in a while. Yeah, not too surprising. Haven't done push-ups in forever. And after all this, trying to go close grip, really emphasize the triceps. Maybe got 11 or 12 there. So we'll hit one more set to failure, and then just get a pump check, fuel up. I don't think I can get up. Oh man. Yeah. That is a wrap. Okay, so yeah, that is a wrap for push day today. Lot of chest, little bit of shoulders, and a decent amount, I would say a medium, moderate amount of triceps. Typically is the game plan for these Wednesday push day sessions, and then on Saturday push day we go a little more even split with the chest and shoulder work. So yeah, like I said, in terms of starting off the movements, a lot of the strength and stuff is pretty maintained. As we progress through the cut, I've noticed obviously the strength endurance has gone down just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. The pump, the stimulus, the mind to muscle connection is still there. And that's a little bit more important than the heavy loads. Obviously, we don't want to lose too much strength. It's probably an indication that we're losing some muscle, but I don't feel like that's the case. It's just that I need to take longer rests, warm up a little bit more effectively, and then, yeah, I mean, you're going to lose some strength on any kind of prep, so not too beat up about that, but we'll get a little pump check for today, see how everything's looking, and fuel up. Yep, feeling good, looking better. Again, weight's kind of around the 206, 207 range, but aesthetically, everything is just looking so much better week after week after week. So we got about 13 weeks to go, and it's just gonna keep getting weirder and weirder. So things to look forward to. But yeah, thanks for liking, watching, following, subscribing. We got an off day tomorrow, check-in tomorrow, and posing practice tomorrow. So yeah, looking forward to that. So we will see you on the next one. Bo Alexander, Adapt Fitness, Dallas, Texas, and we are out. Bye.